Welcome to M&T Bank Lancaster. This is Natalie. How can I help you? I completed my internship at the M&T Bank Lancaster branch. My title was as a service desk intern, and I worked alongside Jen, Heidi, and Nancy. I learned so much from these three women, and they helped me the whole way through my time at M&T. The majority of my daily tasks had me stationed at the service desk in the lobby of M&T. My tasks included greeting customers, answering telephones, checking voicemails, taking messages, and occasionally showing clients to their safe deposit box. One of the more challenging tasks was reviewing legal files. My supervisor Kay would joke that I was an LFS, or a legal file specialist. The most common legal files that I would review were marriage certificates, death certificates, business licenses, and power of attorney papers. Another one of my favorite tasks was making calls to clients to let them know that they had been pre-approved for credit cards. I would make an outgoing call and inform clients of their status as pre-approved and offer them information about interest rates and interest charges. Personally, I would have to say that some of the coolest things about my internship were receiving supply shipments with my name on the packages and having my very own business cards. And as silly as it sounds, having my own official M&T name tag was pretty great too. But what makes a business excel is caring about and catering to the client's needs. Nearly every customer that walked through the door was on a first-name basis with at least one employee at M&T, if not more. And even if that wasn't the case, there was always someone to make the client feel like a priority. At the beginning of the summer, I was set on going into the medical field. However, I started to have my doubts once I started to become more familiar with the setting of a bank. While a bank position is not what I plan on pursuing, I have decided to go into a business or finance route. I would like to thank my managers and coworkers for continuously helping me throughout my internship and making it the best experience possible. It was such a pleasure to get to know everyone at M&T, and I am so grateful for all of them making me feel very comfortable in the environment.
This past July, my dad bought the franchise Budget Blinds, and he took me to training in Anaheim, California. The first 2 weeks of my internship was me learning everything about the business from the ground up. From sales to marketing to canvassing, installing, and much more. Every day I would sit in a classroom and learn something different each day. I had an absolute blast. Now many of you may think that measuring and installing blinds is no big deal. That's what I thought at first, but boy could I be more wrong. The 2 weeks in California was a really cool experience getting to know and meeting people from around the country that are doing the same thing as you. And I got to see a lot of cool things and went to see awesome places down there that I'll never forget. Each day I got to drive in a beautiful van with my dad going on sales calls and installations. It's really cool to see other people's houses and see how other people live. My favorite thing is when we go into these huge houses and the customers are complaining about spending money. When we go on consults, my dad talks to the customers to see what they're looking for while I measure all the windows and price it out when I'm done. Since I'm the only installer that is working for my dad, he has to make sure that I am available before he schedules the installs. I pretty much do all the work, but I tell my dad he's a huge help just to make him feel good. Although I am thankful that my dad is my boss, because one, I can sort of tell him when to schedule installs, and two, because I do get frustrated sometimes and I probably would have gotten fired by now. The most important lesson that I learned is the customer is always right, even if they're not. And oh, by the way, if anyone needs blinds, the number is 716-313-2223. Again, that is 716-313-2223.
Hi, I'm Madeline N, and I will be sharing my internship experience with you. This past summer, I was fortunate enough to obtain an internship at BizEquity in Philadelphia. For the last 9 years, I have spent my summers in the suburbs around Philly with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. When I found out about the internship requirement, I knew this would be an amazing place to do an internship. BizEquity is a business that sells a service to provide your business's value. It is a software that the employees walk you through, and an easier and faster way than the traditional way of getting a business valuation. It also can compare the value of your business to similar ones in the area. I got to take the regional rail in and out of the city and get real-life job experience. I was an intern in the marketing department and was given a main project. The project was to completely remodel the current blog. Some of the things I had to do was create tabs for different topics, make the blog more modern, and go through each blog to make sure the statistics are to date and cited properly. This project taught me a lot of ways to use technology, especially because I would not consider myself a tech-savvy person. I was also given the opportunity to write my own article for the blog. My article was about the important relationship between financial advisors and social media. This was very fun and new for me. At BizEquity, I was also able to create pictures to post on social media, retention emails, success stories, and a book of the past couple years' press articles. All of these projects taught me how to use new websites and ways to make images. What I was given taught me that social media and the internet plays a huge role in the way businesses do things nowadays. My internship at BizEquity has also inspired me to get another internship. I am now interning at Hunter's Hope Foundation in Orchard Park. These are two very different companies, but I loved what I learned at BizEquity, and I'm excited to learn more. I'd like to thank BizEquity for providing me with this opportunity and teaching me many skills I hope to use in the future. Also, the Academy of Finance and my teachers for teaching me ways to be successful in any situation in the future. Lastly, my family for driving me to and from the train station every day and always supporting me in everything I do.
Seneca is Western New York's #1 locally owned home builder in terms of sales volumes since 1986. Founded by Pasquale Marrano in 1956, a home construction business known as Marrano Enterprises came to life. In 1982, Marrano Enterprises merged with the Marc Equity Corporation to become the Marrano Marc Equity Corp. Marrano Marc Equity Corp homes can be seen throughout Buffalo suburbs, including Amherst, Clarence, Hamburg, Lancaster, West Seneca, Williamsville, and Orchard Park, as well as other sites in the metropolitan area. With 9 different Marrano communities throughout our area, you can see more than 20 home designs clients have to choose from. These designs can be applied to and integrated in the development of single-family residential homes, patio homes, model homes, condominiums, and townhouses. Sold for $16,000 in the early 1960s, these homes are still standing, showcasing the early yet lasting impact Marrano has had in our community. Building approximately 250 homes a year since 1956, the Marrano Marc Equity Corp is soon to reach 15,000 homes built in the Western New York area. While interning in the Design Center, I had the privilege of shadowing appointments, assisting in making selections for spec homes, and even helping stage the model homes we were working in. Throughout my time spent at Marrano, I relearned the importance of communication, appearance, punctuality, and time management. I greatly appreciate all that I learned and all the time my supervisors spent with me at Marrano, sharing their knowledge and perspectives.
Emily Lorenzo, and this is my story of how I became a good neighbor. In August of 2017, Juliana Butcher and I began at one of the coolest but craziest places to intern. From the very first day, we were given plenty of tasks to help Mary with anything and everything she needed to make sure all of our promotions and events ran through smoothly. The grand opening of the credit union's branch downtown is to this day the most stressful 12 hours that I've ever experienced. Greeting guests at the door and giving them directions, to food runs all the way back in Lancaster. It was one crazy day that even the new interns we interviewed recently thought it was a miracle that we pulled it off. When school started up again, our internship became so much more than just performing transactions at the desk and running to the printer for receipts. We made small personal connections, teachers and students, with just about everybody who walked into our door. We made banners, we did desk work, we helped keep it clean. We ran the credit union as if it were our own. There were some school events along the way as well. Juliana and I also had our artistic moments. We had plenty of early mornings, as well as a few late nights along the way. Decked out the credit union for holidays, both Thanksgiving and Christmas. This time of the year was ideal for us to run promotions for people to win prizes too. Biggest success story was the outreach program. Juliana and I taught financial literacy lessons to other AOF students, and then those AOF students went to teach the second graders at each of our elementary schools here at Lancaster. We had our fair share of ups and downs, but I know the kids did their best. But the feedback was remarkable and will absolutely have an impact on the next group of outreach kids and the next people who intern. Thank you for listening.